Hello, everyone, and welcome to a CIW storyline update. We have not had one of these in many, many moons, but yet here we are. I am your Colonial Champion, the Colonist, Sean McCarty, here to give you all of the details heading in to CIW's next big extravaganza, Massacre, coming to you as we break the news right here, right now. As we break the news that Massacre, which was supposed to happen this weekend, we have to push it just 1 week. So next week, starting on Wednesday, Tuesday rather, starting on Tuesday, we've got 3 hype matches, one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday, one on Thursday, and then of course Friday we have July the 2nd, the very first night of Massacre. And I'm going to talk about the storylines here in a second. And then of course on July the 3rd, 1 p.m. Eastern time, live debut, we have the second night of Massacre, a great tuning event that we are happy to bring to you. Michael Corleone and I and A Bizzle have been working very, very hard to bring these shows to you together. So let's give you a little bit of what you're in store for here without taking too much away from the excitement of it all, shall we? We begin, and we will start night 1 with a rematch because we have an argument. As we saw last month, the King of the Spring, the Kratos, won in a shocking debut that Michael Corleone was able to bring in. He became the King of the Spring, a moniker that has never been donned by a CIW competitor before, and we were wondering, what's he going to do with it? Well, the first thing is we couldn't get the opportunity to find out because we had a dispute from Magus himself, the man who came in second in that King of the Spring tournament, and he claims that because the final match was a first blood and not a pinfall, and he was not put to the mat for the count of 3, that it does not count because a first blood is not technically a pinfall victory or loss. So he claims that we need to have another match. And I said, well, you two have had a great opportunity, and Michael Corleone agreed as well. You guys beat the tar out of each other at the King of the Spring. So we are going to start off the show with a rematch from the King of the Spring tournament itself, Kratos and Magus. Can't wait to see what's going to happen there. It's going to be a tremendously hard-fought match. Both of these gentlemen have a little bit more respect for each other than they probably once did, but that means that they're not going to pull any punches. So we'll have to see what happens there. Of course, we have to give you an update on the fans match. Now, I'm going to say what I've been trying to for the past couple times on these previous videos that I've been doing, the rewatches of the Restoration. We have been trying to contact the man whose tournament bracket was titled Ken for the Win, and we have not heard back from him at all. We have tried to message him. We have tried to get in contact via the episodes of CIW. We have tried on Facebook, on Twitter, and the like, and we have not heard back from the man himself. So unfortunately, what that means is that as far as I know, we are not having that match. Whether Corleone and A Bizzle come up with something on their own is potentially something, but if you are the man who filled out that bracket, get in touch with me ASAP, because otherwise your matchup is going to get lost in translation. And unfortunately, if you don't redeem it in time, we can't, of course, redeem it for you. You'll have to participate in another tournament at another time. So if you do not get back to us in the next probably 48 hours, really, because I need to get these recorded and taken care of sooner rather than later. So if you are that man who had the Ken for the Win bracket, just know that your clock is ticking, and I'm giving you as many chances as we can before we have to move on, because of course business is business. So hopefully we'll be able to figure out what's going on there, and we will see what's going on. But as I hear, Corleone is in the works to debut a few other wrestlers here on this show in various different places, and I'm told that there is a couple Mag Nation imports that we have gotten, especially considering one of our other channels, another eFed, Totally Awesome Wrestling. You know what channel that is, TAW Gaming. You go and like and share and subscribe, all of that. They are a tremendous organization over there. The Mag Nation has come and reinvaded TAW, and I'm not very surprised that as a result, given our past with the Mag Nation, of course, but for good and for bad, of course, we had some issues, of course, that forced us to stop for a few years, and I don't want to get into that, but in any case, I'm hearing and have teased that we might just have a few Mag Nation imports coming in, people you have not seen in other places. So I've been told. We've got a whole bunch of names that have been coming in, and you can only find them on Massacre next week, July the 2nd and the 3rd. We have another matchup for the tag team championships. An incredible match we saw, but of course with the interference from Nathan Von Schrader. We saw Dirty Wah, the team of Waluigi and Dr. Dirty of Satan's Soldiers, defeat the Shades of Black, arguably CIW's flagship tag team, to take on and take the CIW Tag Team Championships away from them. But, of course, there are rematch clauses here in CIW, which means we are going to get a rematch of those two teams. But Michael Corleone has deemed that there has to be a way to subvert this fury that Satan's Soldiers have bestowed upon CIW. So the matchup will be the Shades of Black versus Dirty Wah for the CIW Tag Team Championships in Hell in the Cell. And it's not going to be a red cage, but there might be some red faces and crimson masks, because these four are not going to let up no matter what the circumstances are. And you can be sure of that. And you will find that out on July the 2nd or July the 3rd. But there are more matches coming. And in fact, you know what? I might as well even spoil it. That will be the main event of night one, is that matchup there. Two tag teams fighting it out for the most prestigious wrestling tag team championships there are in professional wrestling today. And we have now got an incredible series of matchups as well. More storylines to keep you abreast as we head into the next week. Captain Planet has been dissatisfied with his position and has now decided that the only way out is through. So he is issuing an open challenge on the very first night of the hype. He wants to lead off the Massacre festivities with a win, but who will answer his open challenge? I'm not sure. We will find out once that hype match debuts. So an open challenge from Captain Planet. Anyone can come in. Who will it be? You'll find out on Tuesday, the 29th. Tuesday the 29th is when we're, or 28th. I'm sorry. Tuesday is the 28th. And we're going to have ourselves an incredible matchup there. We also have some trouble in Satan's Fury and Satan's Soldiers, because, of course, Chrono, as we mentioned in the King of the Spring, he was put there by Mr. Satan himself in order to prove himself, and he only got one round in. And he got 2 rounds in. He won his first matchup, but did not win his subsequent match. And as a result, Satan was, of course, furious. So we are told that we are going to have a one-on-one matchup in a hardcore setting on day 2 that features Satan going one-on-one with Chrono. How is this going to work? I'm not sure. How it's going to pan out? I'm not sure. I'm not part of Satan's group. I don't know what Satan's capable of and not capable of. But one thing is for sure, the one person you do not want to cross in CIW is Satan, and Chrono really might be in for it here. And hopefully he'll be able to fight back, and hopefully somebody will be able to turn this thing around when it comes to Satan's Fury and Satan's Soldiers, who have dominated CIW programming for the past several months. What's to be done about this group? Well, it looks like there's a little bit of infighting. Will that hurt them in the long run? We'll find out. Of course, we have got another incredible matchup. It is the XYZ, soon to be renamed the Exceeds Championship, because it just sounds better. It's the same exact title, XYZ, that's what it's called, but it's the Exceeds Championship because there are going to be no weight limits on Exceeds Championship matches anymore. There used to be the old weight limits of it had to be light heavyweight or younger or lighter. Not the case anymore, because it's not about having a weight limit. It's about the best Excelsiors of championship pro wrestling. The people who exceed at what they do fight for the Exceeds Championship, and that's what we're going to find out. Who will be and remain the Exceeds Championship? If that's to be the case, we have a matchup that is tainted in controversy, because we have Sub-Zero, who won and retained his Exceeds Championship at the WrestleBration, of course, after a very, very horrifying botch by Noob Saibot. They landed straight on his head, and we have no update on his condition or when and if he's going to return. Noob Saibot, it's still very much a mystery. It's up in the air. We're not sure what's going on there. But Smoke, former tag team partner of Noob Saibot, friend and rival in a weird way, has said that now Sub-Zero doesn't deserve that Exceeds belt because he technically didn't beat Sub-Zero to win it, or Noob Saibot rather, because Noob Saibot ended up just hurting himself and the match had to be stopped. Sub-Zero, who was about to accept this challenge, was not able to accept this challenge because Frozone has made the claim that because Frozone beat Smoke at the WrestleBration, said same WrestleBration, that now it is Frozone's turn for an Exceed Championship. So, and Michael Corleone has looked at the facts and has agreed that for the sake of statistics, that it is going to be, in fact, Sub-Zero one-on-one with Frozone for the Exceeds Championship. That is coming to you. It is going to be an incredible matchup on the course of this upcoming week. And then, of course, the final matchup. Bruce Lee has gained his health back after being decimated by Wario not once but twice, once before his big party that he was going to have at the end of the 8 days of CIW, and then, of course, not fully prepared from that, went into a match at the WrestleBration against Wario and got demolished. So getting his fair shot, his fair championship rematch here at the WrestleBration Aftermath, known as Massacre, here in June, soon to be July, coming July the 2nd and the 3rd. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this video. That I've shared with you all of the storylines currently and that you need to know going into CIW's Massacre. And if at any time, of course, we're going to rehash all of this during the show itself, because Abe Bizzle, of course, we all want to make sure that the people who didn't get a chance to see this video will still hear this at Massacre, but at least now you know the game plan. At least now you know what's going on in CIW, so you can be kept up with all the news. We have the name change to the Exceeds Championship. We have the weight limit being taken off. And we have all sorts of things coming up, new debuts, as well as a potential fans match if we can make it happen, and all the championship matches you could ask for. CIW is the hottest place to be in the world of professional wrestling today. I am the Colonist. Thank you very much for watching. Michael Corleone and I appreciate you being here with us here today, and we will see you in a week's time at Massacre. Take care, everybody.